video I just saw, I take it the video is talking about celebrities are unhappy. They put all their eggs in one basket. Being a celebrity. The crowd's chanting their names. Big money. When they get all that, they find when they're all alone, they're just another human being. They're still the same old person they were before they became a celebrity. Just more people know their names. They can't get any peace and quiet because people are always superficially trying to get an autograph or take a picture with them. Acting like they care but not really giving a damn about them as a person. And that's why it sucks to be a celebrity. So Chris, somebody's telling me, you don't want to be a celebrity. But here's where you're fucking dead wrong, bitch. I have something that made me happy. If I became a celebrity, before I became a celebrity, I had something. I had my childhood. I had my family that loved me. I still got them, but not some of them have died. I had my trails in the woods at the end of the road of my childhood home. I had all this, my childhood home. I wanted to become a celebrity because I want to be a good looking. I used to go to the war when I was 13 years old and see all those top notch blonde girls that were impossibly good looking. And I wanted nothing more than for them to notice me. So whenever I was with my parents and there was top notch girls around, I would start talking a little louder. Start getting all hyper. Daydreaming about these girls noticing me. Or at least one of them. But alas, as I grew up, I came to realize I wanted to be as good looking to them as they were to me, you see. But by the time I was 19, 20, 18, I came to this devastating reality. I am not good looking like that. But I found I could get attention from the girls when I got up to sing and rap. And added to that, if I could become a famous rapper, rocker, rich, I could get the cosmetic surgery so I could correct my not being a good looking guy and become a hot guy. Get the hair transplant. And back in the day before I lost everything I love, I still had the hope of one day becoming a celebrity and making money and going back and buying my childhood home that I grew up in. From when I was 1 year old to when I was 22 years old. I had the hope of buying the woods at the end of the road where I had blazed a trail after my grandma passed away. Those woods had so many childhood memories. That house at 1410 Farmgate Road. My dream was to live there again with all the things from my childhood. My desk my grandma gave it to me when I was 5 years old. My old VH1 cassettes. Everything that connected to me, that connected my sweet childhood, so happy past with my awesome present reality and my future. So, don't you tell me this shit I would not have been supremely happy if I had been a celebrity. Girls noticing me for my songs. And after I got my cosmetic surgery, girls noticing me because I was hot. I finally getting that dream come true. Which I would swap 30 years off my life to have this dream for 5 years. That's what the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And then once the lights died down, the crowd stopped chanting my name. The money ran out. Of course, it wouldn't go out for me. My money would not run out. I would not waste money buying limousines, expensive houses in Beverly Hills, all that shit that people think makes me have private jet planes. I would not waste all my money on that shit. Okay, I can understand buying a private jet only if I'm filthy wealthy. But if not, fuck it. I just fly a coach. I don't give a shit if I had to fly a coach and I'm a celebrity. Big fucking deal. As long as I get from point A to point B, I don't give a shit how I fly. I'll fly a coach any day of the week as a celebrity. Then after all this faded away, as I was saying, I would have my trail in the woods that I created in honor of my grandma when she passed away. These woods that connected me to when I was 12 years old in those woods. First going there. Which was at the end of the road in my neighborhood where my childhood home was. Where I have so many memories with my mom, my dad, growing up as a 3-4-year-old kid. The next door neighbors, my grandparents coming over. The thousands and thousands of memories. The neighborhood kids coming over to play Nintendo with me and my brother when my brother got a Nintendo and they didn't have a Nintendo. Man, those were good days. I would have my childhood home. I could just go onto these trails and think, man, it's a wonderful life. I'm a good looking guy. I got songs. People know who I am and care. Those good looking girls notice me in the same way I used to notice them when I was 13 and used to see those hot and possibly good looking girls in the mall, and they think the same thing now about me that I thought about them. Let's not forget the most important thing, Jesus. But I had to have both Jesus and this. Well, I don't want to live. But I'm too afraid to kill myself. And I always hope, and there's always the hope that maybe one day I can get it all. But then, the story gets sadder. I lost everything almost everything from my childhood. I lost it. It was taken away from me. And all because I blame the fact that I was not able to make the money to buy these things before they were taken away from me. Because I was not good looking enough to dazzle the crowds. I didn't have the talent I thought I had. I'm still learning how to sing. And sometimes I curse God violently for this, being a nobody. I curse God violently. I curse him violently. The trails were I had blazed the trail all the way from the woods at the end of my neighborhood. All the way. The trailer was over a mile long. It came out to an old black soul church. St. Peter's Free Will Baptist Church on Benjamin Franklin Road. Now it's so beautiful to me, so peaceful. And the church was on a dirt road. Out in the middle of nowhere. And anytime I wanted to, I could walk from my neighborhood to that church and just sit there and think. And one day, I had the hopes one day becoming a celebrity so I could buy this church and buy this land, or at least buy the woods and help the church help the church pay the bills. The woods got logged out. Felix Harvey, the dirt road was ripped up, and they paid Felix Harvey Freeway. Now Felix Harvey in Kinston, North Carolina, was a crook, and he took advantage of people, and he took their land from them, widows, old people, people who couldn't afford it, and they named the freeway after him. Son of a bitch. He's no doubt he's in hell right now. He's fucking dead. They ripped out that church. They ripped the church, tore down. No more longer there. My childhood home. At this time, my Didi owned it. My Didi lived there, and I was hoping if ever they moved or passed away, I'd buy the home. I didn't want them to pass away. I wanted them to live. I'd buy a house in the neighborhood until I could buy their house. My plum tree was in the backyard. I planted it there with the help of my next door neighbor, Mrs. Wiggins, and my mom and dad. And I was timidly watering it. And Miss Wiggins says, "Don't be afraid to water. You're not going to drown it." And the hollyberry bush. But Milton Fields, when my Dee moved out because of shitheads in the neighborhood were bothering her because she was white and they were black, Milton Fields took over the house. And he cut down that plum tree I planted in the backyard. He cut it down. He cut down the bushes in the front of the front yard. He made it a house I didn't recognize anymore. And all because I was too late. I couldn't get the money I needed so badly soon enough by being a celebrity. So when people tell you money can't buy you happiness, they're full of shit. At least they are in my case. If I had $10 million back then, I'd be so happy today. You just don't know how happy I'd be. I'd be a good-looking guy. I'd have my cosmetic surgery. I'd have songs being played on Sirius Radio. Long after my star faded away. It would be such memories to go into a restaurant and hear one of my songs playing and thinking to myself, these people don't know that I wrote the song, that I sung the song. It's funny. What would they do if they knew that the song they're listening to is my song with me singing? What would they do? I love it. I love it. What would they do? Should I tell them or should I just find out later when I'm gone, saying to themselves, why did I say something to him? Right now, the only thing left I want from being a famous celebrity is money, so I can get cosmetic surgery, my hair transplant, and be a good-looking guy. And money so that when the U.S. economy goes bankrupt, I can afford my medication. So I don't have to have another stroke or die of high blood pressure. So I can maybe get stem cells and repair the woeful damage that has happened to me because of my stroke. When I had my stroke, that was a dark day indeed. All I can think about, will I be able to rap again? Will I be able to rap again? Because if not, how am I going to get the money to get my cosmetic surgery? How am I going to get the money to buy my childhood home? If I get the money, I miss my trail. It's not all there anymore. The church is gone, so What the fuck does it matter? They killed the spirituality of my trail. They plunged my light in the darkness. And they do not give a damn. So, I curse. But if I have any spiritual power, I curse those responsible. I curse the man who ran me off the church parking lot. It was a grass parking lot. The very last time I saw that church. He's like, get out of here. You don't belong here. This is not yours. I curse that man. I hope that man succumbs to the same aggressive prostate cancer that killed my Uncle Mark. 30 minutes before Christmas Eve. 30 minutes before Christmas Day, 2011. I curse the city of Kinston. I curse. I let my curses flow over the state of Kinston, North Carolina. Till I get at least the money so I can get the cosmetic surgery. And right now, the only thing left that makes me really happy is if I can become a good-looking guy. Those top-notch girls had the long forms. That makes me feel complete with my elbow to wrist so longer than those alpha females. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not going to get into that right here. Some other fucking time. But now, if I become a celebrity, it's not going to be what it would have been had I become a celebrity back in 1999, and could have bought the trails and paid off the state government to move Felix Harvey Freeway 100 yards further north, thereby sparing the St. Peter's Free Baptist Church. I could have bought the house at 1410 Farmgate Road before they cut down my plum tree and the maple tree that my mom used to love when I was 6 years old, and the hollyberry bush that my dad and his best friend Doug Jones planted when I was 2 years old. Fuck you, God, if I do not get at least to get the cosmetic surgery. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yes, I want to become a celebrity. But I don't give a goddamn about VIP, about limousines. I just want people to know who I am and appreciate my songs, and the girls to think I'm top notch like I used to see them as when I was 13 years old. Now I just want to get as much of my little kingdom back as I can, knowing I never get it all back. But I can do this. If I can get the cosmetic surgery to become a good-looking guy. And I wanted to do this while I look in my 20s. You see, when I was 20, 19, 18, I never had a young life. I got the same problem Michael Jackson had. Michael Jackson never had a childhood, and so he was always playing with little kids and never lived lion. I never had a chance to be young. I always had my nose stuck in a book, reading the Bible or some books about the Bible, being studious, watching my cousin and all the young people went out and dated. I didn't date anybody because I looked goofy. I was not good looking enough. I curse God for that. I curse God. I curse God. I curse God if I look like this, pudgy, if I do not look good. He's going to judge me. Hey, I'm not happy. What the fuck does it matter? Just let me get in heaven by the skin of my fucking teeth. Some people will say, hey, had you had that all back then, you would not have gotten saved. In November 2014. Oh, God could arrange. God can do anything, can he? He could have ended up saving me in the end. Get me saved. Even with Jesus in my life, I'm incomplete without the top-notch looks. Don't get me wrong, Jesus is more important than the good looks. I'd rather have Jesus and not the good looks than have the good looks and not have Jesus. But I'd rather have neither A and B. I want both. No, that sounded terrible. I'd rather not have to be in either predicament A or predicament B. Predicament A being have Jesus but not have the good looks ever. Predicament B have the good looks but never have Jesus. Neither A or B. I gotta be a good looking guy. I wish God could love me enough to understand and give this to me, even if I have to. I so choose. This is what I truly want. I choose to lose the rewards in heaven. I want it now. I spoke with the Father, Son, the Holy Son, and the Holy Ghost. I invoke the name of God, if He's even real, and Jesus, if He's even real, and the Holy Ghost, if He's even real. Back then, I had everything. Except the good looks. Hell, I don't care about becoming a songwriter rapper. I do, terribly, but if I can just be a good looking guy for a few years, that's good enough for me. Well, I have to, now I want to be a celebrity too, because to make up for what was taken from me. My trails, my childhood home. I need something to come from something worth living for. Well, if I'm a good looking, I want to be a hot, good looking guy, and be seen by a constant, non-stop flow of top-notch girls, all of whom would think I'm a good looking guy, and have interaction with them. I don't need to date. I don't want sex. Goddamn sex. Sex is so overrated. I just want them to talk to me when they see me. And admire me for being good looking. Want to get my attention because I'm good looking. In the same way that I wanted to get their attention when I was 13 years old and they were so good looking. And I was so ashamed to admit it, but so don't hand me this goddamn fucking shit. Krista, it will not make you happy. It will get me what I need to fucking be complete and cold, a whole person. Without it, I'm incomplete, and I'm a waste of oxygen molecules. And until I'm happy, goddamn every goddamn one of y'all who do not care for me. I curse every one of y'all who are not donating to my stem cells. I curse every goddamn one of y'all. And why do I curse y'all? Because if I was a good-looking guy, those good-looking girls would be pouring money into my bank account so I could get the cosmetic surgery. I curse God if I'm pudgy and fat. I curse God if I'm not good-looking. If I do not become good-looking. And I curse God if I look middle-aged. And I curse God if I do not get my dreams. I curse Him. I curse God. I don't want to curse Him, but hey, I gotta curse something. So I gotta get my anger out on something. I could work as hard as I could. I still wouldn't get what I want without a helping hand. And y'all don't give a good fuck. So fuck y'all goddamn motherfuckers to hell where you belong for not caring for me. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck God too if I do not get this.